Hello everyone, it's Angie here, and I am doing AVR to the Hermits Cave top 5 tarot decks of 2020, and there were 8 decks that I bought that were produced this year. I picked the 5 that have been my favorite. But before we go into those 5, I wanted to do an honorable mention for this deck here, Terra Shiba Inu the Fat, and I just wanted to give it a mention because it is so cute. Just in a little top box like this, and it's definitely made me really happy to use it when I do use it. It's just a very simple, it kind of reminds me of the Hello Kitty Tarot, but instead it's the Shiba Inu. And I have been looking for decks that are dog decks because I have a lot of cat decks, so honorable mention. Shiba Inu, very RWS, very cute, very simple, and these are the backs. So that was my one honorable mention. Next up we have the Brady Tarot 2nd edition, and in case I forgot to mention, I'm going to be going through these in the order of least used to most used. So this is a beautiful 2nd edition with matte gold gilding. Lovely deck. The reason I don't use it much, or that I haven't been using it much, is because this deck is just so hard for me to shuffle. They stick together. You can see how big they are, even though they're smaller than the 1st edition. I just found shuffling them a bit hard. They're very matte, and they tend to clump together. But when I got the Modern Witch Tarot, I had a similar problem, and the Modern Witch Tarot inspired me to use the deck in a different way, which is I give them a shuffle to begin with, and I put them in the box like this. So when I'm picking cards, I can just feel in the box and take a card. That way I'm not struggling with shuffling. So this week I have been using this deck a little more because of this newfound strategy that was inspired by the Modern Witch, and I'm really enjoying it. So I imagine that this deck will move up on the list, but for now it's number 5. I'm really glad I did find a way to work with it though. So that's the Brady Tarot. Next up we have the Touchstone Tarot by Cat Black, and I have been wanting this deck forever, but it's been out of print until this year. So I was super excited to get my hands on it. There's the author's card. But I don't use it very often because the cards are so big, and all of mine anyway, you can see the square of the frame on the back on every single card. If they were just maybe a little thicker, that wouldn't have happened, I'm not sure. And I just find 3 borders to be a little excessive. I mean, I understand that they're portraits and they're going for that painting on the wall look, but I don't know. I think there could have been less borders. And other than the cards, the cardstock, the card glossiness, a kind of sharp edging, I don't know. I have Cat Black's other deck, the Golden Tarot, and that gilding doesn't feel as sharp, but that might be because that deck is older and used more. So perhaps the sharpness on this gilding will also fade in time. But yeah, it's a beautiful deck. You can see me struggling here, trying to hold it. So they're just a little large for me. I am very happy though that I have added it to my collection finally. So that was number 4. Coming up at number 3 is the Embroidered Forest Tarot. Now this just came into me under a week ago, so that's why it's at number 3, but they are absolutely beautiful. They are a good size, and I just admire the amount of work and the creativity that went into creating this deck. There's silver gilding or embossing on every card. These were all embroidered and then photographed. They are absolutely gorgeous. so I will definitely be using them more. I have been using them quite a bit. I enjoy them because the minors are more pip-like, and I've been really feeling that this year, getting more into the numerology. I really enjoy this, and it's just a very sweet, soft animal deck. Very beautiful, very nice. So that's number 3. Number 2 is the Uncommon Tarot, and this was one that caught me by surprise. I just saw it one day and really connected with it. I love that it has the little blurb definition there, and they are just very wonderful cards. This one also comes gilded. It's been a year for gilding, I guess, but look at this. It's just beautiful collage work. It reminds me of the kind of collage we used to do as kids. I can't say for certain how this one was put together, but it feels to me like it's kind of the more old-fashioned cutting things, putting them together, layering them. I don't think there's a single card in here that I dislike. I do have to say some of the images are a little dark, as in the hue is dark, not dark in meaning, so like some details might be difficult to make out. But other than that, it's a really lovely deck, and it's just been speaking to me. It can talk for forever. A very wonderful deck. And last but not least, coming in at number 1, we have the Voice of Tarot, Voxed Arcana. This is a deck that has multiple, well, a lot of different artists. Each card is created by a different artist. So if you're not a fan of collaborative decks, maybe not this one. But I love collaborative decks. I think it's amazing. I love seeing other artists' perspectives on things. And I think that's why this deck really talks to me, because it's not just the tarot from one person's perspective, but from 78 different people's perspectives and their different interpretations of the cards. And actually, this deck does come with 4 extra element cards that are also created by different individuals. And I've been loving it. There's just one card in here that I don't like, but I mean, it's a beautiful deck. And here's the backs. Another really cool, kind of unique feature of this deck is that there are songs that are attributed to some of the cards. And at the end you have the artists and where you can find their social media. So here it says, some of the artists wanted to share the songs that have inspired their understanding of the card. So again, not all the cards, but some of them that were inspired by a song is listed there. And I also really like this deck because it encourages you to slow down and just slow down, not force yourself to try and know everything. In the booklet it says, it can take a while, oh I can't see over the camera, sorry. It can take a while to decipher what the cards say, especially when many cards appear on the table. They contain a lot of visual information, so slow down. Give your intuition space to unravel the mysteries. So I do really enjoy that. And I found that this deck can read quickly because more or less they are relatable to the RWS. Some cards stray a little bit, but it's easy enough to get the meanings. But at the same time, if you do take the time to listen to the songs, try to find your own songs that match some cards, or really just focus in on one image and everything that is going on, they can kind of take more time to read as well. So I like the versatility, that it can be deeper, but also can be quick and easy and to the point, all at the same time. So that was my top 5 decks that were produced in 2020. Thank you for joining me, and I will be doing another video for my top 5 used decks in 2020, because these ones here are all relatively new to me, and I haven't been using them as much as some of the older decks in my collection. So thank you for joining me here today, and I hope you all have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Take care and stay safe.